Namaskar and hearty welcome to this Chat with Champ show, the program which is gaining or which has already gained a lot of popularity and champions who keep coming and sharing their valuable thoughts, valuable journey which has impacted many lives. Water is very important in life, and how it is important, only the thirsty person will know. The person who is deprived of water will tell us about how important water is for one's life. सभी को तो पानी देना जरूरी है। तो कहते हैं कि प्यासे को पानी पिलाया करो, बाद में अमृत पिलाने से क्या फायदा। हर प्यासे को पानी पिलाने के लिए आज के हमारी चैंपियन, हमारे बीच मौजूद है। So our champion for the day is Ravina. I welcome Ravina to this Chat with Champ show. Ravina, hearty welcome to you, this Chat with Champ.
Hi.
What a
Thank you so
happy
much
moment.
for inviting me.
You give life. Ravina gives life to people. I know there is a Ravina in the Bollywood, and here is a Ravina who gives life to people.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me officially welcome you with the Chat with Champ clap to this event. Yes, we always talk about the importance of water. You know, the one of the author who had written, or the poet had written, "Water, water everywhere, and no water to drink." So when you are in the midst of the in the ship and the water is sea water, you cannot drink at all. So we see the people queued up before the Marina Beach. In fact, there's a beach there, and people are queued up with their pots, different colors of pots, queuing up to have that one portable pot of water. Importance of water. So if when we talk about importance of water, Ravina comes in our mind. Ravina, you were spearheading the program, Tahaan. Tahaan manje thirst. Tahan in Marathi means thirst, yes. So we would like to hear your journey. The champions are here. The college youth are here to hear about you and the journey, the wonderful journey that you had.
Thank you so much, first of all, Narayan sir, for inviting me to this amazing forum. I will eventually tell how Narayan sir played an important role in my journey and in Tahan's journey as well. Before that, let me tell you a short idea about my journey. How did I come up with Tahan, and how did these operations begin? So it was the drought of 2016, and it was summertime. There was heat was touching 44 degrees Celsius, and that was for the first time my generation faced acute shortage of water living in an urban area like Pune in Maharashtra. It was for the first time that we were facing severe water cuts to such an extent that the hostel which my mother was operating had to be almost reduced to one fourth of its capacity just because there wasn't enough water available for the hostel. At that time, me and a group of friends, we were working in an NGO. We were teaching orphan children book reading, and we were very involved with these kids. But at the same time, when we realized, when the drought pinched us living in Pune city, we started thinking that while it is good that we are helping improve the literacy levels of people around us, how can the literacy levels in a rural village which has no access to water, where women have to walk tens of kilometers every day to fetch water, if the same situation prevails over there every year in summer, how will the daughters and sons of these women study and grow to become successful in their life? So while water scarcity of water looks like a problem wherein you just feel that there's no water in the tap, the actual problem is much deeper than that. Once the basic necessity of water is fulfilled, only then can we go further and achieve the other aims and ideals in life. So that is when we around there were 30 of us who were working in these orphanages. We came together and we thought of what can we do to make this uh, amazing elixir of life water available to people who are deprived of it. And we were just a group of people around, you can say most of us had just graduated from college. Some of us were students as well, but we were so motivated by this cause that we came together in spite of it being the exam season for a lot of us, and contributed and generated funds to the tune of almost 8 lakh rupees to provide water tankers to these villages, as that was their immediate need. And since we were not a registered NGO at that time, we couldn't gather actual funds more than like 2 3 thousand. Why would someone donate like a huge amount if they're not getting any tax concession? So that was when Narayan sir, IDF, they came in to help us, and they said that we will help you whatever help you need to arrange and organize the funds. They were very supportive throughout this process, and because of them, also we could raise such a huge amount and affect almost 30 villages in drought affected areas.
Wow, what a journey! What a journey! And really feels that this spark in you and this few students who had come at that time and realizing the importance of water. Yes, staying in a city, you see that there is a drought in the neighborhood, and then to reach out and to to give the social call, which was called by the people. Yes, we don't have water, and we can't drink water at that time. I know there is water scarcity across the world that is happening, and there is going to be water war also, as scientists are writing these days. But given a time when we can have this connectivity happen, and this spark in you, you could connect all these friends and come together. And it was only an opportunity for IDF that we could give you a platform, and you could take it further. And to quench someone's thirst is very important. And water being the most important basic necessity for anyone, and you took up this journey was so great. In fact, there was a lot of good things that has happened during the process, networking with the truck walas to the diesel pumps to many things that has happened, though it was new for us too, but still
Yeah.
you connected. So we need to hear the stories that the Tahaan has taken forward, the story of Tahaan within the villages of Baramati, within the villages of those 30 important villages that you have gone. What were the responses when you could reach out to those people, providing them water? When the thirsty is looking for that. If you look into a person in the desert and try to give them water, how happy he will be. The happiness quotient, we can say HQ, will be at the top. So what all
Mhm.
HQ, what all happiness quotient that you have witnessed as you traveled into these 30 villages and providing them water?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now that you got me thinking about it, it's very nostalgic because throughout that period, almost out of the 30 of us, every weekend, you won't believe Narayan sir, every weekend, at least 20 of us would get into a traveler, an 18-seater traveler, travel to Baramati on a Saturday morning, throughout Saturday, visit these villages, have meetings, supervise the operations. Then we had a team amongst us of around 10 people who would perform street plays throughout these villages. We performed around I think 16 to 20 street plays across these villages. And while we were having, like this was just like a ball that kept on rolling. It had so much of momentum in it. Along with this, the kind of support that we received from villages, of course, it was very heartwarming. They would open up their doors to us. They would like serve you tea wherever you go. We had so much tea at that time. I think we had more tea than water during that period. So, likewise, everybody opened us with a warm heart, and everybody tried to help us in whatever way possible. I remember this day when I was very frustrated, thinking that, in spite of this, we are just able to reach 30 villages. I wish we can do more. I'm not doing enough. There was that thing there that, we want to do as much as we can. And that was when my younger brother, who was just in seventh standard at that time, he came to me, and like I was almost to tears at that time. And he said that he calls me Raudi. My name is Ravina. He calls me Raudi. He's like, Raudi, पण तू तसा विचार नको करू. तू असा विचार कर की तू पाणी देतेयस म्हणजे किती पुण्याचं काम करतेयस. Like to translate it roughly meant to say that if you are providing water, you are doing, I don't know how do you call punya in English, but you're doing something really noble. And to think of it now, I mean, I'm glad I got the opportunity, and we had such a nice team at that time where we could bring up this project to life.
Fantastic. Your brother said it rightly that you are doing the punya job, the most noble task, what we say, reaching out to the people at the need of the hour, which was very, very important at a time where the water was not available. And the students realizing the importance of the need for water, making a strategy plan, traveling to the villages, delivering. So you become the best of the deliverer. So I can say that Ravina has become Paniwali Bai. Yes, and the happiness that you shared among the villagers. Of course, they were waiting for you. The journey has been so beautiful, and the name Tahaan itself, to quench thirst of the people in the dire need, is also very, very important. In fact, we can see the photographs of people, 100 or 200 people drawing water from a well in the places in Maharashtra that keeps coming during the drought hit time. These are all very common things that the media takes it up. I think the work that the volunteers like you who have taken up the responsibility, set up an NGO and then taking it forward, which is very, very important. I think like-minded students like you who were there at that time should all take it up. Tahan should be taken up in a big way, where 30 villages to 300 to 3,000, where we look that India has 6 lakh plus villages, and the need of water is still there in very many villages, which is very, very important. From the point of providing water to them and also telling them about the importance of saving water. These two things, I think, through the street play that you have played, you have told them the importance, and you have taken up this message also to the streets in Pune and Mumbai and sensitized people about the importance of water. I'm
Yes,
sure
yes.
this impact will certainly remain for years to come. And Tahan will. We also wish to know about the accolades that you received during the journey. Of course, there are people after people coming and packing, appreciating your work. In fact, you also received the prestigious award for the great work. Of course, I know that Ravina falls into the or your team Tahan, Karmanne Vadika Raste. Let duty be thy motto and reward be not thy concern. You are falling in that. Giving is your duty, is what you always feel. Let giving be thy duty all the time. So how do you put that duty first, and how the youth should take lessons from Ravina and Tahan?
I think talking about taking lessons from Ravina is a very ambitious thing to say. But regardless of that, I think the seeds of this, what do you say, something that comes naturally within me were also sown in my school, St. Joseph's Pashan, where the motto of the school was "Count not the cost of giving." So I think this has just been there in me since childhood, and it's also been the philosophy of every single person who works at Tahan, that we keep on thinking, what can we give to the society? And I think that has to be the motto of every NGO as well. That how can you give people? How can you empower them? How can you upgrade them to fend more for themselves? At the same time, I feel some kind of encouragement from others is also very important, because as I said, even everyone has their highs and lows. And if you have people around you to support you, to encourage you, to make you feel that you're on the right track always, then that certainly helps as well. So for us, this kind of encouragement definitely came in the form of a lot of publicity from news articles, radio shows, TV shows that telecasted our work to a wider audience. And at the same time, Naren sir, people like you who keep on encouraging us at every small achievement, every small project that we do, that also plays a big role in boosting our morale. Recently, IIM Ahmedabad awarded us with the Tata Social Impact Award for working in the field of water and sanitation. So that was also a very big boost for the entire team, which said that yes, we are on the right track. And I think the biggest gift that we receive from everyone is has to be in the form of everyone's blessings, where we are connected with so many people. I think Narayan sir, you are also connected with a lot of people, and definitely that is the biggest you can say plus point, or the biggest thing that we are blessed to have is being in the company of so many people whom we can help in some way. So that is definitely there. And while this keeps on happening, if at all there are any setbacks or there are any inhibitions, there are any fears that what will happen if you do this, what will happen if you do that, or something that holds us back thinking this is too hard to do, then at such junctures when things seem impossible, I firmly believe in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna had said to Arjun, Karmanyavadikaraste, ma phaleshu kadachana. Keep on working towards your goal. It doesn't matter whether you actually achieve that goal or not, but if you keep on doing what you're supposed to do, if you keep on doing what is the right thing to do, everything will fall into place, everything. So it is true that the universe conspires in what you truly want to achieve.
Great. Wonderful, Ravina. Yes, you told about the journey, what impacted, and of course the values and the ethos that you carried through. Of course, there is a grit, or we can say the commitment or the conviction in all of you that you wanted to take this into greater heights and try to reach. Of course, the beginning is always humble, because as we say, now drops of water makes a mighty ocean. So with the small steps, the ocean is being created. कहते हैं अभी तो अभी हमें बूंद बूंद से सागर नहीं, अभी हमें लिखना है कि सागर सागर से महासागर बनेगा. So we have to think
Wow.
big. We have to think big, aim high, और रास्ता खुलते जाएगा. And you can see how many people keep joining, because water is such dearer to anyone. किसी को पानी दे देते हैं तो they feel so happy. You can see the happiness on any person who receives water and quenches his or her thirst. It is so
Absolutely.
important. So the Karmanye Vadikaraste Bhagavad Gita lesson, I could feel some lessons of the spiritual discourse is going on over here. But still, yes, Ravina, some of the examples that you can quote, that how this giving should be your duty. You have come across any of these? You wish to quote any examples which our champions will get inspired by, Ravina?
um, Talking about giving as your duty, I think when I remember one of the incidents when we had gone to a village and we had conducted a tree plantation drive over there. So it was, there were a lot of volunteers of Tahaan who were over there, and there was unfortunately, because that was the tree plantation peak season as well, there was a shortage of some of the tools and equipments, and it was a time when we had to maximize our resources and plant as many, like all the trees that we had got into that village with the help of the villagers. So at this moment it was very heartwarming to see that all the villagers they got their tools and weapons, and they helped all the volunteers together to dug holes and plant the trees over there. And while everyone was hoping that this could have been better planned, towards the end, like while it started off on that note, after performing the duty that we had come over there for, like after planting the trees, connecting with the villagers, making sure that there was adequate supply for watering these trees later on, the happiness that was there on everyone's face was testimony to the fact that at the end of the day, what you do is what that matters. if you have come there for doing something and if you've ended up doing it, then nothing else really matters. Everything else are just like minor setbacks here and there. So that kind of positivity, luckily I'm happy to have people around me who exhibit that kind of positivity as well. Because Naren sir, you also know that being in an NGO, we cannot have all activities planned professionally. Everything, like, there are chances of things going wrong at every activity that we are doing. So having such a team who believes strongly in performing the duty, overcoming all obstacles, definitely helps.
I know the we can say it's not wrong that we make, but it is the passion that we. So we have to execute it faster. So we don't look for any professionals that are happening. The process don't fall in place, but we see that the passion that we have. So the passion takes us to see that we execute things faster.
Hmm.
In fact, if somebody wants water, we will not ask him to fill up an application. चलो यार एक ग्लास पानी के लिए एप्लीकेशन अरे यार फिर तो उसकी प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी तो वी हैव टू गिव वाटर फर्स्ट बाद में हम लोग एप्लीकेशन फिल करें ठीक है
Hmm.
we need to see process at a later point of time. The passion comes first, the delivery comes first, and where you
Yeah.
stand you stood committed, and where you speak about where action should be your duty first. Duty should be first. Let us see later things later on, because otherwise the person will
Hmm.
die. Water is very very important. दे दो यार उसको पानी. So
Hmm.
excellent. You said the quote, and you live up to the quote. So you do walk the talk. So whatever you talk, you also do through your life journey, which is very very important. As we are into this 21st century, where water is playing a very important role, where there are at some places excess of water, and some places there are no water at all. In some places you see there are avalanches happening, there are water floods happening. The floods are there, but again no water over there. At some places you feel there are droughts. At some places you feel there are ocean but no water. Of course, a process of desalinization is happening, a process of water harvesting is happening, a lot of things are happening. So what message that we should take from, as you have seen through your own eyes, the need for water from that farmer's point of view, from that villager point of view. So how water conservation should play a very important role.
Absolutely, Naren sir. Like when you said that, we actually touched upon a lot of points and a lot of geographies as well, where there are different quantities of water available and different sources of water available. While some people get it directly from the glaciers, some people have to take it, as you said, by doing thermal desalination of oceans and seas. And but one thing that remains common in all of these geographies is the fact that when it comes to water, man is at the mercy of nature. Water is not something that man can generate and use for himself, and the nature will let him do that. Whenever man tries to go against nature, nature springs back. It's like karma doing its thing. Even in Indonesia, there are a lot of people in Jakarta who tried to extract groundwater, and they kept on doing that for a lot of years. And eventually, their land has now started to sink, and they are looking for a different capital because they are not sure whether that, for how long will that capital stay on top of water. At the same time, we construct dams thinking that they will provide a good source of water henceforth. But the minute we do that, the minute a dam is constructed over there, a lot of ecosystem ecology has been affected. And although you will get water in your fields, be a comparatively more guarantee of having water, you cannot, like, you don't know how nature will react to that new thing that has been imposed on her over a period of time. So, the best thing to do as individuals is to see how close to nature can we be. How can we live in the amount of water that nature has given us? It's like a budget. If you're getting this much water, then that means that nature wants you to use that much water. So, in that case, with every geography you're living in, whatever water resources you have, try to see how can you maximize the water that you're naturally getting. How do you minimize the need of extracting from the borewell? Or if you're getting water from the tap and using it once, how can you try and recycle it within your house? I don't advocate the use of RO filters, but at the same time, if an RO filter has been installed in your house, then what can you do to recycle the water that is wasted from these RO filters? Simple acts like these can help us optimize and maximize the use of water that we are getting. And by doing that, we'll stay close to nature as possible. And I think that's the best strategy for all of us in the long run, to try avoiding her as much as possible, because this is all her gift. We are here because of nature. Naren, sir, I'm not able to hear you.
We are there with you. We are there with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see.
good. Yeah, okay.
This happens when this is again technology. Of course, when we are talking about nature, nature is at its place, technology at its place, network goes, network comes, water comes, water goes. So many things are there. पानी ही पानी देता है, पानी ही पानी देता है. So water is one such thing. If you add it to any color, water takes that color. The beauty of water. if you add if you add water to blue color, it
Absolutely.
becomes blue. If you add water to red, it becomes red. If you add water to so the beauty of water, it mixes with any color and it becomes that color. So it's a go getter. So the nature teaches us
And
that you need to be
to
go
add
getter.
to that, yeah, absolutely. And to add to that, my mom, like, or she always say, "Pani techi vaat shodta." Like water finds its way. So
Correct.
whatever vessel you put it, or even if it's on the ground, it will find the way it has to go. You don't need to tell it to go somewhere. It will do that on its own. So likewise, even as human beings, each of us has a purpose in this world, and we do end up finding what that purpose is eventually.
Correct. Yeah. So as water finds its pathway wherever it goes, and the color that it absorbs or it takes, whatever wherever it get mixes. So we need to also. There's a biggest life lesson that we can draw from water, where water would like to give to the people around, that yes, you take your path, you will see this beauty around after some point of time. Don't worry about what is happening now. Of course, what COVID-19 and the Corona times have taught us, the pandemic has taught all of us. Yes. So stay calm, stay positive, stay firm. Good things are in the offing that will come down the line. Ravina, you are
So
a great.
to add to that,
Yes, yes.
stay corona negative also. Don't stay positive over there.
Yes, stay corona negative and stay positive. Waiting to hear from you is the wonderful, thought-provoking messages for our champions who were stuck during the pandemic, and also the life has become a jittery, a kind of a shock, where everyone is not a shock absorber. They don't have shock absorber set in the human system. So how should one take life to be as they move ahead?
I think at this point, fortunately, unfortunately, a lot of us are living in a world where there is so much of stress around rules, responsibilities, things to catch up, things to learn, trends to keep up to, that it can become stressful at times for people at all ages to just live up with the way this life has become so fast paced. And I think we've come to realize that all of us cannot do everything, that at the end of the day we have to select some things that we are the best at and that give us happiness and satisfaction as well. Also, for some people, the money factor is also there, that it should give them money as well. So at the end of the day, when you have to choose these things, say no to certain things, and take tough decisions in life, that one thing that will help everyone to keep going is to do what your gut tells you to do and to do the right thing. If you are convinced that this is the right thing to do, go full on for it, and everything else will fall into place.
Wow, everything will fall into its place. Give your 100%, which is very, very important. Wonderful message, Ravina, that you have given. Yes, people are into the, they are all into the crossroad, not knowing what to do, where to go. But of course, life is beautiful, and we all need to see that good things are in the offing. What you feel that this is the end, actually, rather, it is the beginning of your life. Wherever you feel that this is the end, this is not the end. This is the beginning of your life, and wonders are waiting for everyone for that matter. Yes. So, as a can we see Ravina as a water, what do you call, conservationist of this country or the world? How in the days to come?
I do not know about that. I don't also have a big liking towards being attached labels like what the water conservationist of India. I believe that every person, if I am able to empower, at least a few people to conserve water and to be confident about it and keep spreading the message, that will be the biggest achievement of my life.
Save every which is important. Our champions are watching. So the takeaway from Ravina, what should be the takeaway? Okay, if you go to a restaurant, they take away food. Nobody takes away water. ये ग्लास में 3 ग्लास पानी बच गया है, क्या कोई पानी घर ले जाता है? नहीं ले जाता है. तो विच इज अगेन पैराडॉक्स. पानी वहीं छोड़ के जाते हैं. बच गया
Mm.
खाना, पैक करके लेके जाते हैं. क्या हम पानी लेके जाते हैं? नहीं लेके जाते हैं. वो पानी भी वी कैन यूज इट, एंड वी कैन सी दैट आपके जाने वाले रास्ते में प्लांट को पानी दे दे, कहीं ना कहीं कुछ कर दे. पानी हम नहीं ले जाते. पानी वेस्ट हो जाता है फिर से. दो देर आर lot of water treatment that the restaurants are taking care, that is in a different way. The water is recycled over, that is different. But what is the takeaway message for the champions from Ravina?
Um, I think more than a takeaway message, I would like to leave with some bit of a philosophy here as well. That people who are happy always go lucky. Like the most important thing for you, and which is a need of the hour for everyone, is to be happy and be positive all throughout. Because in this world, if you have to bring out any change, anything that you want to change in this world or make a dent, make your mark, the most important fuel or the powerhouse of this is your positivity and your attitude. If you keep that in place, then you can not only drive yourself, but you can drive an entire team around, your family around, or your entire community along with you as well. So, whatever challenges life throws at you, do not fear, be happy, be confident, be positive that you will take care of anything that comes in your way. And with that, I would like to end.
Wow, what a message. People who are happy are always lucky. Kya baat hai? What a wonderful message. Stay happy. In fact, if you're all happy, you are lucky all through. It was wonderful, Ravina, chatting with you and gaining what all wonderful messages. I should tag you one thing as Pani Wali Bai because the water giver is a greatest giver, and giving attitude, giving be thy duty. Wonderful quote, wonderful message. You are living towards it, and our best wishes to you in your journey ahead. God bless you.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, Narayan sir, and the entire team of IDF as well.
We always stand by Tahaan, and we want to see that the thirst of all the people are, or we want to be the quench the thirst of the people who are waiting for water and for many things in life. So viewers, here was Ravina who was talking about the importance of life, importance of water. Be happy. And you see, all those who are happy, they become lucky in their life. हमें सभी को कुछ ना कुछ करना है, कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा करना है. पानी एक ऐसा चीज है जो हमें लोगों तक पहुंचाना है. And Ravina has been doing through her team of Tahaan and trying to reach out to thousands and thousands of people, the dedication and the conviction that she had. हम सबको जो अच्छा करना है, तो आओ हम सब मिलके कुछ अच्छा करते हैं. लाइफ इज ब्यूटीफुल. जय हो. थैंक यू.